I met Ryan through crew chief Josh the Grizzly, which they've previously done some work together and some racing together. I mean, Ryan's resume is really impressive for what he's done. I mean, he's been racing wheels since he was 4 years of age. He's got 4 360 national titles. Now, you don't generally do that by fluke. That was the beauty about our deal. Ryan was committed to staying here during the racing season, so Ryan's stayed here nearly 8 to 9 consecutive weeks to pull this together, which was another part of the deal I really liked. It gave the team the opportunity to come together, and so it wasn't just rocking up on a Saturday night. I mean, the 3 years of being in the sport's been quite a learning curve, and it's just amazing. And I guess probably what drew myself to the sport originally was the technical aspect of sprint cars. We've had a couple of DNFs in a few heats and some mains this year, and you're talking about $2 parts. So yeah, sometimes it's a bit cruel, considering the investment you have, and a $1 component can fall out and cost you a night. But I mean, that's about just building, engineering those things out of the race car over time, and that's how quality teams become consistently competitive. I'm a bit of a realist. I mean, we weren't expecting to come out here and bliss the field. All I guess we could be was competitive. It's important that we present professionally every night, and we keep learning. I mean, Ryan was given instructions that if the car is not good enough to win, don't risk your inventory, and I think to date he's done a fairly good job with that. We were just happy to be consistent so far. Our qualifying's been quite good, which is important, especially in the World Series formats.
Ryan always had something different about him when he was on the phone. He always sounded, very sure about what he was after and very passionate about what he was doing. And now getting to know the family and seeing the bigger picture with Schlam Engineering and seeing he gets an idea and goes after it, he really goes after it. So glad it come off. We're still very young and really looking forward to our future together. It was reasonably late last year that it all sort of came together when Ryan decided what direction he wanted to go. I already had a schedule in place with my own car in SA, so we just sort of worked around. We had some free dates in November to get a handle on where we thought we needed to be. Then with the busy December, January period back east, we did that, and then always had the Australian title, Cricky Boys, and the World Series races in mind. So it actually came together pretty well for a late sort of planning. Completely different to where I'm at. Like, I'm obviously a XXX chassis with a PM race engine. Here we're on Maxim chassis now with KRE engines. The KREs and the PM motors very similar. Both Kenny and Pete are very switched on guys the way they go about building their motors. So I found working with both of them has been a very smooth transition. And the Maxims now are very similar, or the XXX is very similar to the Maxim, so they sort of work hand in hand. We basically put 9 or 10 nights together, and the level we're racing at, we'd like to think, we had some aims for some top 10s and those sort of things. Just be consistent, positive with what we're doing, make the shows. We'd made all the shows up until the title weekend. The first B-main we'd run was the Australian title weekend, and obviously that didn't go in the right direction for us. We had a few teething issues there with the new car and that together, but that sort of stuff's to be expected with a young team. You need to look at the measuring stick we're using. All these other guys have been in these cars 4, 5, 6 years, or this season they've already done 20, 30 nights with each other by now. You've got to use the right measuring stick, but pretty happy with where we're at. But we're always looking for bigger and better things. So, it'd be nice to reel a podium off here in the next couple of weeks if we could, or a solid top 5. We're realistic. We're still learning. We're still getting a grip on everything here and still gelling together as a team.